This station rules the nation. This station rules the nation. Truth FM 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia. Truth FM 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia. Truth FM 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia.
Oh, yes. Sometimes you just allow the team song to just play on and on, man. That's the beauty of the breakfast show. This team song is just unbeatable. If you're driving your way to town this morning, caught up in a slow traffic, just nod your head, tap your fingers on the wheels as you drive your way listening to the breakfast show this morning. Good morning, welcome to the TBS, the True Breakfast Show. Great to be back to you on a Wednesday morning. Sometime a Wednesday become a holiday. It's a regular Wednesday. Indeed, God is the greatest. Like David. Oh my God. Bobby Blitty Addison will give me a chance. Like David, God has put in you skills that you can slay a giant. You have the skills. You have skills that can open doors. Skills that can open doors. Skills that can lead you into an abundant life. But the key to that skill has to develop. Every day that you spend growing, learning, and improving, you are getting prepared for a new level. For every new level, there is a new devil. And I got MARKA Smiley this morning, the son of a Baptist deacon. Every new level, every new political joining, every new political movement. Remember, there is a stiff resistance, reactionary tendency. Reactionary tendency. For every political move, no, there is a stiff resistance. I want to say new devil. Good morning, folks. It's the TBS. Good morning to all of our leaders in the midst of all country first, Liberia second. After all of the political noise, just have in mind that country is first, all right? The love of liberty matters, yeah. Let justice be done to all. Good morning, my black president. Good morning, greeting the president. President, good morning. Na fue audition. Aponija throw la crew, a leader.
I need someone to teach me crew.
No, you better get one-on-one. I wish man see that some people, yeah, teaching better in school. That's where it works at. Yeah. Yeah, good morning to all of you. It's the breakfast show. It's great to be back on a Wednesday. I mean, you know, I learned something from the diplomat, development experts, the nation builder, as she said yesterday, Reverend Sarah Bessel Yenti. The election is just an event.
Absolutely.
After this event, life will go on. Don't hate someone for the rest of your life. Don't accuse someone falsely. that you and that person will live on for the rest of your life. The political leader, the standard bearer, the face of the African Liberation League, the ALL. Election is an event, and after this event, life will go on. Good morning, my name is O'Neill. This is O'Neill Roberts. MARKA Davis. MARKA, good morning to you.
Good morning, O'Neill.
I like how you came with
Yes, you know that.
Abbas Bay Serena. Run from the UR Campbell. People say, Abbas Serena Super Hurry. Yeah, good morning to you.
You know, power. When I think about power, I laugh. When I think about power, I just laugh.
Kiki.
I just laugh.
Kiki.
I just laugh. I tell you, think about power, I just like. Can you imagine the Solicitor General?
Yeah.
Are
you beginning to say Abbas? Reactionary tendency. Somebody here shouted Abbas. It's a real yeah for FQ. Richmond Anderson was teaching you how to run at the beginning. You say Abbas.
So it's great to be here this morning, and I love this. I don't know whether it's a slogan. It says all Liberians or no Liberia.
Okay. All Liberians.
All Liberians or no Liberia. So it speaks to inclusive leadership.
Yeah.
It also talked about building systems to end poverty. Wow. I think these are the slogans of motto.
Of now.
Yes.
That the new party.
Yes. Because O'Neill, there are some people that when you interact with them, even your first interaction, sometimes you can get to know just in a short period of time what they stand for. Yes. So this party is pretty much a new political party, but the vision bearer of this party cuts across, considering the kind of work she's done across the world, especially in countries that have issues. Countries in crisis.
Nepal,
Yemen, South Sudan. Can you imagine? So I mean, she is a very strong character. So good morning to our people this morning. It's great to sit here again to serve you breakfast. We hope to do our very best this morning. And just before we can move on, O'Neill, yesterday, but whatever that happened at the weekend, we became a bit emotional yesterday. Yeah. And some people
don't recap.
But I mean, we were emotional. So let's move. We move.
Be that Chairman Molu.
We move.
Chairman Molu.
We move.
Be that Chairman. You move. Look, let me tell you, Samuel Bannon. Labrador first. You keep posting. They me Zion, the president.
Charity page.
Man. You posted it more than 10 times. Please tell the president to help with our graduation fees. Please tell the president to help. That be so okay.
So not imagine the president can be paying.
Get copy and paste. Copy and paste. Now Bobby hadn't seen school here.
Bobby said until you get it.
Copy and paste. But so Amy Zion student says you have the graduation fee. I think I'm okay now. Let's see what happened in the lineup this morning.
Yes, this morning, let's go strictly to what we have.
Before you do the lineup,
Go ahead.
Good morning to you, Boto. How are you this morning? Benjamin Way engagement on. But something happened in MARKA. I see here. Library of Press, future library. They keep posting this one thing. The aim is just stop this, but other people have to comment. It's okay. So Benjamin Way engagement on Monday. He wants to know what is happening with the result of WAEC.
Okay.
Good morning to Ansel Sonin, head of Ministry of Education. Good morning to you. Maxim Blitting, your morning. The statutory period for WAEC result to come out by law, it should be in 45 days. And today, as we speak, it's gone about 56 days now have gone. For WAEC results to come out. By tomorrow, we'll be looking at this. This will cause a serious problem. The senior students have not graduated yet. They want school to reopen. It will cause problem for the parents. Parents thinking about paying graduation fee, having party, then school opening on September 4th. It's an exclusive one coming on tomorrow. That bottle morning. Good morning to the Ministry of Education.
Yeah, because even the last time the deputy minister was here, he said, "Oh, there's a result circulating on social media." It's not
a fake.
Result. Yeah,
a fake. Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah,
you know, drink how.
Yeah, that's why I continue to push.
Yeah, make it you get married now. The woman will be preparing everything.
Oh no, I have.
Be that Mayborn.
I have woman. The thing with me is
you got woman.
Oh, absolutely. I live with my entire family.
Great, that's good.
We are family of 4.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
We are family of 4, and nearly everyone who knows me in Liberia knows my family.
Okay. And by the way, Vivian was released on yesterday.
Okay.
Yes, Vivian released on bail.
That's good.
Yes.
Once Susan Bangi and other people were raising money online, you saw it?
That's more money Susan raised. Look, people take opportunity to abandon so many things.
I'll tell you,
Susan raised enough money. Let Vivian eat some that money.
I'll tell you.
In the name of Vivian.
Damn it. But, this one is joke, man. I went to one restaurant around the Pinsville City Hall here. They call it. I went there to eat. One of the waitresses there, were wearing that particular suit.
The same suit?
Yeah, the suit. Yeah. I don't know how. How emotional. When I saw the lady coming with a full suit.
That was
yeah. I checked. What's going on here? I just joke, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, this morning on the TBS today is Wednesday, 16 August 2023, and 55 days to election. Wow.
55. Less than 2
months. Days to election. And what we have on our talking points this morning on the TBS, we'll look at review of the senatorial and presidential candidates.
Yes.
But for the senatorial candidates, we'll look at Monserrato.
Yes. How many senators registered in Monserrato? We'll look at exclusively this one.
Yes, we'll look at that. We'll do that up to 8:20 to 8:30. We'll talk to your leader this morning on the first segment of the show at 8:30 to 9. We'll have Mike Tingma of District Number 3, Monserrato County, is the lead spokesman of the campaign team of candidate Patrick Komoya.
Okay.
Yes, you'll be our first segment guest this morning at 8:30 to 9 o'clock this morning. 9 o'clock, we'll bring you sports, entertainment, a bit of our commercials here on the TBS, and 9:15 to 10 o'clock this morning, we'll pay host to senatorial candidate. In Margibi County, the tough talking, and someone who has been known for being an advocate over the time, an activist over the time. Like Patrick will sit with us this morning on the TBS. He will talk about his vision for Monserrato County, his campaign activities, and other national issues. In the midst of all, country first.
In the midst of all.
Yes, that's what we got for you this morning.
In the office is sitting in this morning. Yeah. Country first. Go do the people work. Stop lying on President John. We are going campaign. You close the people office. Yeah, when you get some people,
I tell you,
when they lock the office and lie and say, yeah, we're campaigning already.
Yeah.
There are some documents needs to be signed.
They are not
government still running. Please go to work.
They are not even on the campaign team.
Not on the campaign team.
And even if you are on a campaign team, it should be a little bit kind of rotational.
Yeah.
If this other team is going today, maybe another team. So that day you're not on the list to go. You're supposed to be at work.
Say the diaries are not yet. Lock the whole office, you gone.
You're not on the campaign team.
You're on a team.
You are not an official of the campaign team. But you can't say that.
You still need to go to work. Government is continuity.
And in fact, they can't be on the trail. They're somewhere else.
Nothing.
Yeah. Somewhere else.
Take one selfie and post it and food the person say yeah.
Even the 2020 launching photos that you can post.
Yeah, let's go straight into business. Good morning to all of you. Good morning to all of our silent listeners. Y'all scram. Good morning to the silent voters.
But when I haven't laid hands on the founder.
I sent it to you.
Oh really? The founder?
Yeah, checking your go with difficulty database. Okay. Yeah, go in your own database. Let me resend to you.
Resend.
Yeah, let me resend to you the senatorial, right? Okay, here you right.
You know, children who are born in the interior, they can struggle with internet.
Okay, you got it now.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Coding in time there was no computer. That's why those who in the code they still using Terrator. You carry a computer, but they get value. Anyway, my own Rita code. Anyway, so let's start up with Monserrato County. This morning, we're going exclusively to see how many candidates have registered for this senatorial race in Monserrato. We'll do Monserrato tomorrow. We'll go to Grand Bassa. Yes, and we'll conclude with the presidency. You do Monserrato now, right?
Yes.
Yes, Monserrato. How many 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7. 7,
Now,
right?
8. That kind of thing.
7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8.
Okay.
8.
Yeah.
Now, one more penny, you want to move on there.
You sure?
Anyway, so let's look at your senatorial candidates for Montserrat. Those of you in Montserrat. Because, okay, so how many people in the race in Montserrat? I don't know. I only hear one Ventura Tolu Kokwe challenges Sir Joseph. Are they the only 2 individuals in the race? I said no. So
they are 8.
They are 8.
So we are coming up with the names of the 8 candidates.
Maka half on the county here.
Yeah.
So permit me to announce.
Yes.
Yeah, we want Clay Ashland. We the boys. Montserrat County.
Yeah. Now era.
Yeah. At era now, Darren do not get go to Bentor District 1. He promised the people doing a by-election. They campaign. Good morning to you, Delon. They put in Bentor that promise you made 2020. Then the election and may go back.
The people can't forget what these promises.
Amen.
2029.
I said the cause yet coming. Even this guy from the ALP, now PV, on the ALP candidate, the representative candidate, Dejo Colette. When Dejo Colette, when the first day one of the campaign, the post say, yeah, please tell the senator all the promises he made waiting for you. Know you'll come out.
Stay with me.
Yeah. But let's deal with Montserrat County. See, 8 candidates have registered in this senatorial race. There are some names you know, some names don't. I'll call the name Maka call the party.
Okay.
Yeah, so zoomed it.
Okay.
Yes, I call the name, you go to the party. You ready? 1, 2, 3, you can start the race.
Yes, let's go.
Yeah, great. Tell one morning to you there. Say Mboyu.
Liberian People's Party. Yes, the Liberian People's Party. The LPP.
That's a one party. Channel M Jallo.
Liberian National Union, Lino. Dr. Clarence Moniba.
Get it familiar with the parties.
I tell you.
Yeah. Sir Hadi Joseph.
Coalition for Democratic Change, the CDC of President George Weah.
Sao. Those CDC love reactionary. When you put out in on the page that I post on it behind. Idrissa Kaba.
Idrissa. Oh, that's good.
Yeah. All Liberia.
Okay, yes. All Liberia Coalition Party, ACO. Yes.
It's not Liberia.
Lucini Kamara. Yes.
Yeah.
Proud.
Lucini can't hear you, but we know you.
Yes.
Yeah. We know you guys 0.1 of the vote, but we know you. Lucini, good morning to you. Yeah. Saranfode Kane.
Independent.
Yes,
independent.
That way. Okay, meaning on your own.
Yes.
You don't need something that we know. Anyway, go there. Ventura Tolu Kokwe.
Collaborating Political Parties, the CPP.
Of
Alexander Cummings.
Cummings.
Yeah.
Okay. Women JMP.
The former ruling Unity Party.
Okay.
Yeah. And former chairman for that matter.
Former chairman.
Yes.
Went to PLP.
Former chairman of the former ruling Unity Party. And also former chairman of the People Liberation Party.
Back to the Unity Party.
And back to the Unity Party.
Women pay.
He also an elder in the SDHS.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's
what I want. Yeah, we read avant.
Oh yeah. Women, good morning. And last on the list is you might have lost it.
Yeah, that's good.
But they will go in the computer.
Yes, yeah.
Ayuba S. Sharif.
United Independent Democrats Party.
They want to land on the Senate borough.
Yes, they want to
well, yeah. So that's it there, right? 8.
Yes, 8.
This is the top 8. So the top 3 in this senatorial Montserrat. It left for you to digest it well. You put it in one basket and Jackie was talking about Joseph, put everybody in one basket.
In one wristband,
and the top 3 for the senatorial. I mean, there are some. I mean, we can't question anybody's character, right?
No, not at all.
Not at all. But there are some names we're not even familiar with. Yes.
And guess what? We're not only speaking because we're sitting in the studio. We are speaking from conversation we even have with the people in the communities.
Great.
For example, in my neighborhood, in police academy, some of these names that we just called.
Yeah.
Our people don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the top 2.5. That get called the top 2.5 in this race. That be fair. Let's pull where look, we'll help the country here. We'll guide, we ain't campaigning for anybody, but we'll guide the process on a very sincere note. Some of you say you have nothing to do with the media. The media playing a professional partner.
Oh, sure.
The top 2.5 in this election.
In Monterrey.
In Monterrey.
Senatorial race.
Senatorial race. The True Breakfast Show is speaking across the 15 counties in Liberia, the top 2. And it's no secret. Sahadi Joseph. Sah Joseph.
The
incumbent. Victoria Tolu Kokwe.
Of the CPP. With an advantage for the fact that she's also a female. Yes. The female solidarity team where people could think about late Geraldine Dole Sharif. Yes. Victoria Tolu Kokwe and Sah Joseph. Then the remaining 6 president thing and say, when they were quoting what teaching in school, 30 students in the classroom, teacher can say 5% pass. We can't professor there. So your suffer people in school, not doing them suffer Chris that a car's greater in school. 5% pass. You think to hear your name, you can't hear your name. The prof your call 3 and you tell you around the class. Yeah. He's crashing, look at your friend, everybody face you. Yeah. Because of, and I'm being fair enough with this one, of all of the names that we have make mentioned, but because of party solidarity, the brand of the party, you like it or not, because of Ambassador Joseph Boyka of the Unity Party, I bring in women pay. That's why I say yes. Yes, it is true. I agree with that analysis because, the matter of fact, if you do all of your analysis here, you realize that the 3 real contending parties for the presidency, you see the incumbent, the CDC, you see the CPP, the Unity Party. I mean, these are real facts, right?
Yeah.
So there's no way that you can say the CDC candidate in Monserrato, the CPP candidate in Monserrato, and then you just downplay the Unity Party.
It's not possible.
It's not possible.
Of fairness.
Yes.
That's what I would say.
Yes.
But individually, women must have not done well as an individual. But because of the brand, I mean, I'm trying to be fair enough on this one. Because of the brand attached to it, Ambassador Boyka. That vote one, vote all, could help women pay. Women, good morning to you. We don't hate you, but that's a fact.
Not at all.
Yeah. You know, you came through on the show before. Very fair. You could be right in the studio and say the same thing.
And it is still open. We expect you anytime soon.
Yeah, the open, but you can be in the studio telling the same thing because of
course.
Ambassador. Because at some point in time in political career, things
it was that we'll say ordinarily it was racking.
Racking from UP to PFP, the late Dr. Cassell going back and forth.
Because he at some point in time fell out with folks at his own party, which is the Unity Party. And then when he came to one thing that also was that when he came to the PLP, the kind of vision he saw then later on, there came in some internal conflict and thing, and he had to leave. I'm not sure he was chairman for 1 year.
No,
he didn't reach 1 year.
He was a SPLA fighter.
Yeah, all that kind of controversies. It brought down his morale a little bit. So he's rescuing his morale now with
the UP.
with
so
the UP.
When you rescue one now?
Rescue what?
Rescue Monserrato.
I don't know. I can do when the district I can say rescue 13.
I mean, I saw rescue 12 for the district. Yo, rescue 12. The one high 6. Yeah. Burger is a good character. But all of y'all will say,
yeah, did that one ride on?
Yeah. So I yell him on the beginning of the year too. I said no, the minute of the year I will yell they rescue.
Rescue top. I interviewed him here once, right?
I'm like, oh man, we'll take the district there.
Right. After the interview, I didn't see the man.
Come around and say.
I ran out of the studio because normally when you do an interview, you let to shake hands. So
you take your person.
To do some small evaluation of the interview, but the guest was gone.
Yeah, you take your personal feeling on of this. What we're saying is a fact.
Yeah,
is that look, Liberians will go and vote, not for individual, not party level, but individual or local. I say, yeah,
But everybody will get
yeah, who get it out, bro? You get to you. That's a fact. Someone pays you 10 guys and say, yes, I'm on the Unity Party ticket. That's a fact about it. Let's leave it.
It's a plus for him.
It's a plus. It's a plus. You should be happy. Let's move to the presidency. Go to your database and see. We have 20 candidates. 20.
Do I have the presidency?
You have it. Don't say David Cody hack your page.
Yeah. I think David did something else.
No, man. I think that people that during that time, you know, there was no computer. So let me forward. Yeah. Let me forward it to you.
Yes.
Yeah. If I tell David Cody copy and paste, you say what? That computer tell. So let me copy and paste to you in a second. Then we'll go to the presidency. Do a vice and that of check your database. It's there right now.
Yes. Hey, they come up people.
Yes. They're in the team. They did get there. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on. So the top 3 in Montserrat, elected or not, take your personal feeling out of this. Okay. Sir Joseph. Sir Joseph, because of the female solidarity and also the CPP brand, Victoria Tolu Kokwe. Then we bring in women pay because of what? He have attached back with Joseph Boyka on the Unity Party ticket. Let's move on. Yeah, now what?
Yeah, I'm supposed to be there.
The presidency. You leave MARKA, man. You're going to the man, pull get disturbing you too much.
It's very important.
Okay, a light.
Yes.
2023 candidate nomination, presidential candidate. So I'll call the president and you call the vice president. My friends, there are some names in here before. But meanwhile, they have become candidates.
Yes. We are helping them.
We helping them. Now, free publicity. Look, I look for David Cody name on this listing.
But guess
I
what?
thought someone going to carry as vice president.
Guess what? It may appear like a kind of publicity, but it's actually in the interest of the Liberian people, not 100% in their interest. Because the fact is that we want the people to know who are those people or the names that will be on the ballot paper.
When you take the ballot paper, that long paper, the 20, don't be too confused. You take the ballot paper. Take, for example, in district number 4 now.
What I never go.
Yeah, but why you drop my whole life?
I see why you're the commission.
I was electoral supervisor at election commission.
Well, you're female.
Yeah, big position. You know,
I want you to make it.
Let me tell you something here. The 2005 elections, right? Most kids just graduated from Ames Memorial College. Then the white people took over the process. I said, so long that white men over the thing here.
They will be correct.
Any test they gave, I will apply for a bigger position like women OA. The result will be fair. Sorry, I'm going again. And all my men say I will not get a job.
Nothing about racism actually, but just something.
Sir Joseph know what I'm talking. Look, in New Georgia, to New Georgia school there, when we start the test, my men went to the ballot bag issue. The people putting in, I said, look at physical position. I'll go for the big one. I wear me all the time. I took the test and I came number 1. Simple thing. You see me, I'm following the people. So
yes,
the voting time. The time value of money in finance, time value for 150. Okay, yes, that's a good money at that time.
That was good money.
That's good money. Time value of money.
I see why you're running.
Derek Cody doing a time as long because you're earning 1,000. Okay, minute best.
When you add the minute now you add the minute, then we'll put all our things together and around 8,000. I can make it. What? And they put all our things together.
They don't get better. Do your time and making 1,000. Now they put making 13 or 15. Time value of money. The money of value at that time. Anyway, so the election is going to be manually, right? You still have the ballot papers there. Is that digital thing? No. So I got one for representative. So Nina, yeah, say Ellington. See, when you text me for Nima, it says the people in Nima can't listen it. So Nina even yeah. So you receive 3 ballot box paper, the paper, right? One for representative, one for senator, and one for the presidency. All right. For example, district number 4, if you register in district number 4, liability on number 1 the ballot box.
As soon as you open the paper.
See, open it, see liability. You're checking number 1 the ballot box. Then you go to the senatorial. You see the 8 names right there. Well, like Joseph, like Virtual Tolu Koko, that pay way more. You want to check it, don't mark it 2 times. Then you go to the presidency.
Don't say I let 2% on the
Yeah.
table.
It may I let it out. King X, I invalid right there. Let's move on to the presidency.
Yes.
The big one here. I look for David Coulton as vice president. I didn't see it. Anyway, I call the president, you call it the running mate.
Yes, that's what you also call the party.
Yeah, call the party.
Yeah, travel.
So party.
The about work now.
You zoom in. Yeah. Appleton, Edward Debbie Appleton for president.
And Alex C. Gonti is the vice president, and the party is a grassroots development movement. Yeah, grassroots development movement.
Yes.
Okay.
Number 1. They made a number 1 in ballot box for the presidency. People publicity getting on the TV as this morning. Joseph Boycott for president.
Jeremiah Cohn Sr. for vice president, and they are from. Oh, but I see Unity Party. How come? Okay.
Yeah. That's all those. Like a collaboration.
Okay.
The collaboration in collaboration.
Okay.
Well, they sign it.
Other NDRs of
yeah. Like collaboration in collaboration.
What do you know?
We will reach to CPP and CDC. We'll see. Okay, we're going to host this presidential candidate tomorrow.
Yes.
Alan Arab Brown for president.
And for vice president, Nusvet J. Weir, and the party is the Liberia Restoration Party.
Okay, Alan will do for us tomorrow on the breakfast show. Yeah. Great. That number 3 on the ballot box. Number 4 on the ballot box. Alexander Benedict Cummings for president.
For vice president, you have Charlene Bromskin. They are from the collaborating political parties.
Okay. Number 4 on the ballot box. Number 5 on the ballot box. Simeon C.M.
And for vice president, we have James K. Barkley, and they are from the Movement for Progressive Change, MPC.
Oh, I see what they want to say in Mayfield because he's number 6. They want to say Gongolo for president.
You have Emmanuel Yapawolo for vice president, and they are from the Liberian People's Party, the LPP.
Lucinin F. Kamara Senior for president.
Matthew V.Z. Dablo Senior for vice president, and they are from the All Liberal Coalition Party, ARCO.
David G.B. Kamu for president.
The vice president, Anin Watwazama, and they are from the Democratic People's Party of Liberia, DPPL. You.
And is that an and is that an incoming Collie?
Alexander.
Yeah, I almost say and is that an M. Collie for president?
For vice president, you have Grace Yanse Nyua, and they are from the Reformers National Congress.
Great.
We move.
Abbas.
Amen.
Yes. Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. Sheikh Al Mustafa Kuyate for president.
Max O. Valley for vice president, and the Liberia First Movement. Liberia First Movement.
Okay. Liberia First Movement.
Yes.
We'll have another female candidate.
Yeah.
And we'd love to bring her on, man.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Bendud Aliman Kroman for president.
Thomas Declo Kra as vice president, and they are independent.
Oh, now what a male.
Yeah.
The man took his office staff as his running mate.
And up to now, the vice president didn't get car.
He get car. The man
A label over you were using that to be moving around. They took it from him.
Yeah, the other vice president. But you know that costing the other people.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's costing it. Let me call it.
Yeah.
Richard C. Miller for president.
E. Mark Slewon Jr. for vice president, and they are Liberians for Prosperity.
Now, as you speak, the vice president to the party here, no, he marking wax people right now.
Then they're bringing prosperity to us.
Yeah. Clarence K. Monuba for president.
Grace T. Kwan for vice president, and they are from the Liberian National Union, Lino.
Robert's Friends Moritz for president.
Cecilia Coffey Brown for vice president, and they are independent.
Oh, great. Okay, where am I? Okay, and
Yeah.
there. Sarah Besolo Yenti for president.
Simeon MB Moriba for vice president, and they are from the African Liberation League, ALL. All. Yeah. Another party name.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, William Watt Tudor for president.
Jonah S. Domoy for vice president. They are from the Democratic National Alliance.
That difficulties was a kind in a place there. And talking
Yeah.
yes. Negotiation go well. The particular party.
So how they brought Jonah?
Yeah, how they brought Jonah. The particular party. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway. They were 29. Yeah, you still have age in your favor.
You can make it.
Yeah, you can make it. He's 70 years. You still have age in your
can
favor.
make it.
Stays here for now, you be 76.
Mhm.
Joshua, we don't know. Joshua Tom Tuner. Yeah.
And you have Q Soma Pega Sr. as vice president, the New Liberia Party. New Liberia Party. We move.
Abbas. Reactionary tendency. To 18th Street. 18th Street. George Weah.
For vice president, Joel Howard Taylor. And the party is the Coalition for Democratic Change.
CDC. Abbas.
Yeah, the CDC.
Yes. This.
Like the people who in power.
Yeah.
People get money for campaign. You want to argue here?
Abbas. Remove. This presidential candidate used to be my lecturer in the graduate school.
Okay.
Jeremiah Zell Waffle, a very brilliant man.
Erasmus D. Fambule as vice president, and the party is a vision for Liberia transformation. Vault.
Well, I'm contesting. This was a party ticket I was winning on.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
So, but teacher and student in your own.
No.
You're a professional.
We'll leave you or go to the party headquarters. We'll talk that one. That Jeremiah Waffle will meet at the party headquarters. We'll talk that one. Anyway, last but not the least, the 20th on the ballot box that Mr. Smith them take party here.
Mr. Smith?
Yeah, the musician he's a rabbit. Yeah, he's a candidate in District 1 in Mangibi County there.
Okay.
Mackenzie Smith, LIB money.
Okay.
Luther M. Yofi for president.
Juvenile C. Pearson as vice president, and the party, the Liberia Rebuilding Party. And they just call it the Rebuilders.
Yes, the Rebuilder.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen,
that does it for the presidency.
Members of the Fourth Estate. You know how to get address up?
Yes, members of the Fourth Estate.
Madam President, Madam Vice President, Honorable Speaker Buffer Chambers, all protocols there. When you give me speech, when you want to give you hard time, just say all protocols there.
So you can do. But if you want to stay out of the protocols, so you say Mr. Speaker and members of the House of Representatives.
Yeah, and all.
Mr. Pro Tem and members of the
I think for some people, my God, that negative shot. You tell left, you tell right. You give some people need other problem.
They can switch into A9 and say all protocols observed and sustained.
Yeah.
Then we move.
So you load left, you load right. Yes, say what? All protocol observed. And
in most cases, if you are speaking, you see a lot of guests around, and maybe some are the most permanent guests, but then unfortunately for you, you don't know them, you don't know their names. So if you don't want to put yourself in issue, all protocol
observed. Because some people feel
like
he left there. The man come and you.
If that fundraiser, maybe that man supposed to bring something like 100K,
yeah,
then you go give the man off.
I probably read it.
The man say, no, I think I got about 20K. Said he would not recognize me. Yes, folks. So I think we have done a tremendous job for the Liberian people this morning. By bringing you the names of people who are contesting for the Senate in Montserrat, as well as people who are running for the presidency in the country. So I think, thank you.
Yes, fair enough. Look, if you put your personal feeling into this thing,
thank you.
Yeah, but
we did a marvelous job right now.
The what True Welfare is doing in this country, you do your research on other network. You take your personal feeling out of this. Yeah, man. I'll just talk across.
We move,
man. Take your personal feeling out of it. Anyway, great. Now the the Bobby Bully man was say, poor analysis ain't so much get the top two for the president. So no, go do your own top two. You know how many thousands of people monitoring us?
We should give you top two.
No, go do your own. Go do your own top two. Yeah, do it. Let's be some calls right here on the Breakfast Show this morning. Enter to bring on our guests.
07702022579 is the number you can call, or one of the numbers you can call this morning to participate on the show. 07702022579. This is the TBS Yet of the Truth 96.1 FM. The heart and soul of Liberia. This is where national unity begins. You heard that? This is where national unity begins.
In the midst of all country first. Take your personal feeling out of this.
Let's take the first call up. Please stay away from your monitor, please. Good morning. Go ahead.
Yeah, my concern, even though you guys did extremely well, but they also know some people winning. When I said before, already had the plenty controls created. But one thing I want to stress on is this: the government should please try. When it comes to salary, where I work, they say salary is accumulated, it goes up, it don't come down. Yes.
Is it you work in a private area?
The governmental area.
Okay.
Yes. But before, so my wife works in the governmental area, I work in the private sector. Yeah, so they always tell us that we don't want to give you $200 and they'll come and say, oh, the money is small, we'll give you 175. It always go up. But what I notice is that for the past 5 months, each time they get a salary, they'll do that from there. Every month they will come down. Every month will come down.
Okay, let's do 1 minute.
Yeah, so they have appointment concern. So
okay.
To the government to stop the kind of behavior because disenchant members of the governmental sector.
Okay, thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, MARKA, and good morning to Oniraba.
Go ahead, sir.
This voice is for Mohammed Kakwe, political, the chairperson of the Youth Council of the African Liberation League, ALL. And let me say thank you to my brother who said he loved the name, the party ALL. You know, it's all about Liberia, all Liberians. And let me appreciate you guys for the analysis this morning. I'm very, very grateful. And I think if you guys can continue this until the end of the process, I think many of our people will know they are stealing.
Yeah.
Like the analysis you made on the senatorial side, coming out with the best three, and among the best three, you took the best two. And I agree with you 1,000,000%. When you say on pay is half, he's only getting leverage from the opportunity given him to contest on the unity party ticket. Because this man has no mark to show. He has nothing to prove to the Liberian people. He has nothing absolutely. With the exception of the portion letter he took from the People's Liberation Party.
Okay. That's the 1 minute.
And for me, I support my young team. But for the Central C, I can tell nobody. The African Liberation League will not tell me who to support because we can get in much right country.
Okay.
We're looking at people that have tangibles.
Thank you.
Beyond human imagination.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. You made it a 1 minute. Please, let's stick to that. Good morning.
Good morning, MARKA.
Good morning.
Good morning to the Liberian people. My name is Fred Joa, and I joined the conversation this morning from the district of the county. And let me say to the two of you, thank you again for another day, another service for the Liberian people. But only quickly I want to speak to the NDC. You see, the process that's ongoing right now, the replacement of the flaws and damaged voter registration card. I think NDC has to recalibrate quick to at least ask on this to the day that
Okay. While Liberian people always want people to ask, you have 6 days to do that. So what is wrong with you doing that if you Okay, that is a appeal. Thank you. You want to pick a call?
Yeah, let me see if I can take this call on the line. 0770153265. Good morning. Morning. I'm
Yeah,
no, Papi, What phone you're using, so I'm struggling to hear you, man. Sorry, not good for our online listeners. Good morning. We'll transfer that one to John Flumo. We'll tell that one to John Flumo. Yeah, sorry. Morning. Morning. Please be audible. Morning.
Morning. Mm. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. God bless you.
Thank
God
you.
bless
Thank you. Let
Thank
me pick up my CDC again. Morning. But what kind of film they gave for the campaign? So
I think we just had
yeah,
at least just
let one more call, man.
because-
Yeah, man.
Good morning. Good morning.
I'm James Cook from Jacksonville. You know, you're talking all correct because certain people see the facility on the land of Wakan. This is what the one they on it. But when we look at it, that it's not correct, we always speak on it because certain people have not done nothing for this country, and we don't even know them. But they are put and they are bringing themselves because they say Joseph Bada had opportunity to facilitate, so they want John here, so they can connect with him. But we're going to ask Bada, we're going to talk to Bada and find him good before we vote for him.
That old man talking.
That old man talking there. Wisdom speaking.
Yeah. Yeah. So as you go
Jim.
home, thank you so much for all of the calls. And look, let me just say this out. Look, we on this microphone, we are humans. And we are trying our possible best. Every morning we wake up, we don't wake up with party mandate. I see most of you putting your comments, your personal feeling where we move. Like back at the airport, new thing in my mouth now. We move. Look, we're trying our personal, our professional best into this process. If George deserves to go for another 6 years, his team will come and convince the Liberian people. If it's not Donald Cummins who feels that, yes, he's good enough to fix this country along with Councilor Charlie Bronskin, the CPP people will come and tell Liberian, convince them. The UP, yesterday we'll have the ALL, the Senate Bearer, and so on. Tomorrow we're going to have another presidential hopeful. As a close-up, Liberians, we are too very difficult to deal with. From day one of the show, we've been saying country first. After this election,
don't worry. After the election, we'll receive our certificates.
Yeah,
Trust
we'll
me.
receive.
Yes.
So you keep your personal awards and all of things. After the election, we'll make sure nothing will happen for in this country. The person will win, and go into the process.
And we'll provide extensive coverage on the inauguration.
Yes, extensive coverage.
Yeah, extensive coverage.
And the person will win as president.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't give a personal invitation to us, then our God will see you. Because when we keep the Liberian people, we didn't preach party politics. That's why I can say kudos.
I
want some.
Is
the prayer problem? I want to say kudos to Musa Belete. Musa, look, what happened with the LP and CPP? That is it. And we'll do our look, they are professionals here. Look, the person will read the president say if O'Neill and MARKA we don't receive an invitation to cover that inauguration, our God will see you. We never brought party politics to you all. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mark Tingban.
District politics now.
From
after the national scene, let's go into the district.
From District 3, Mosorado County, but originally from District 9, Nima County.
But he lives in District 3.
That means home at
District 3 politics are taking over District 2.
I mean, I'm going to get cow.
The thing I'm saying that true.
Yeah.
District 3 politics have overtaken District 2 now.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so.
My man, I drove through yesterday.
You know now,
they play just like a battleground, but I'm enjoying it.
Since the National Election Commission bounced the ball, yeah, the play is on.
All bounce, story change. But I put Mark on the camera.
Mark on the camera.
But put it here for my side.
He looks this morning like he's related to Bob Marley.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he looks good with that.
Good morning. Yeah, he come along. He's the official spokesman of
the Kumaya campaign.
Yeah. Good morning. Welcome to the TBS.
Oh, yes. Thank you so kindly. And I came along with the PRO, who happen to be FMA. This is a uniqueness of the camp of Patrick Comunyan, and I'm here today with FMA because Saba is here. And I happen to be the official spokesperson for the campaign team, and that position is an ad hoc position. Right after the campaign activities relinquish that position, and automatically my position expire. So, and he will.
And you take on a new role.
That is. I think it's a recommendation that I'm making to Mr. Comunyan. I'm not anticipating that. Our focus is for the people of District number 3 to see how best we can relieve the people of District number 3 from the nightmare that they are going through.
Great, yes.
Let's hear from your.
Good morning to you. I'm F. Marco Sakpa. Second, like Martin already said, I am the public relation officer, and there's a little difference between the two positions, like he said. All right, I supervise the entire media coverage.
Okay.
But for Mark, he speaks directly to campaign activities.
How is it district number 3? District 3 since the campaign started.
Basically, district number 3 is wonderful. We are good. With our competition, is half a development to come. So we're enjoying the competition in District number 3 right now. And same post war, we have had 3 representatives, and the current outgoing lawmaker, makes it Tilly, and Kuku Tobo was dead, Bill Torre was dead, and
who you call outgoing lawmaker? They may recontesting for a seat, you call him outgoing.
Yeah, but I'm telling you that he's outgoing, and I guess you're also aware because you have been visiting the district. You also know, and you have heard from the people at District number 3 that there's no way, under no condition, Honorable CP Basha will be re-elected.
Okay, so let's start up with the campaign. Like I said, initially the NEC has bounced the ball and things are rolling. So, what phase of the campaign we are? What are your chances? Are your chances increasing or decreasing?
On a daily basis, the momentum is building in the 11 communities and the 52 blocks in District number 3. Every day we move in the community, and the reception is welcoming, and we enjoying the people. The problem here is that the people are already resolved. You see people who are doing quick impact projects, people who are just going around for people to know them. For us, we have lived in the district. Whenever you hear me saying for us, I'm talking about Mr. Patrick Comunyan. Yeah, Tim Comunyan. So for us, we are undergoing now to remind the people that okay, we are here now, and all what we have been doing, we've been doing it behind the scene. We've been sending people to do projects in your community. We have always been sending people, but right now we're just coming to remind you that we are into the process, and all what we have been doing, we're showing our face out there now. People been hearing about the name Patrick Comunyan, but they are not really been seeing. They're seeing the development going on. Oh, it's Patrick Comunyan, it's Patrick Comunyan, it's Patrick Comunyan. So when you move now in the community, people say, oh yeah, I've been hearing this day. I'm happy to see you. You seeing the welcome reception that you getting from various communities. It's a clear indication that we are not strangers in District number 3. We have not been in America and coming last minute to want to contest. We have not been living District number 3 coming last minute to contest. We have not been our house infidel, and we have not denounced our religion to come and contest in District number 3. We have been here with the people. So what the people are telling them now is that show me your project 10 years ago. show me your projects. I mean, show me your hand mark in the district 10 years ago, 15 years ago, or even 7 years ago, then I will vote for you.
If I
So
find
none
yes,
of them
yes.
now reach the criteria that people have set. So only Patrick Kumuya reached that criteria. So if you want us to go way back to 2005, to that upward to where we are 2023, this man is the only, and I challenge anybody to come up with a proof that they experience more Patrick Kumuya intense of leadership. This man is the only man who has served as community chairman in district number 3, Puebla community. And the work that he did, he was elevated to chairman of the Puebla community. Somebody want to know what are the works that the works that he did when he was youth chairman, when he was community chairman, and he matriculated to the private life, from private life coming into politics 2016 and contested.
He's a businessman.
People, they are the best people to even be a leader because they manage well. They are good managers. They are good managers, and that's why Patrick Kumuya is a very unique man. You know what I mean? To come from a certain black plastic to a CEO of a Panera business incorporation. So that is a clear indication that he's a determined young man. He has played his part in the lives of the people and all of his business dealing.
So chronologically, let's weigh in on what do you think or what are things you think make Kumuya a better representation of the people of District 3 compared to the one who is currently in the seat.
Okay, so let me just go there before going to the PRL, who will further expatiate on some of those things. We'll further talk about those things. So Patrick Kumuya, most of the time people say, going to the house for 3 cardinal responsibilities, which is representation, lawmaking, and oversight. And those are things that Patrick masters already, and he's a master of those 3 cardinal responsibilities. But the extra thing that Patrick Kumuya comes with is the issue of social responsibility. And I think that's something that we have to push to increase the responsibility of the lawmaker, just from lawmaking, oversight, representation. How many laws we have on the book right now? We have so many laws on the book right now. So in terms of the proactiveness of oversight responsibility, that is something that is lacking in district number 3. And also in terms of lawmaking is also lacking in district number 3. That's why the people of district number 3, if I challenge the current lawmaker, this current lawmaker, he have not introduced or even sponsored a single bill in our house. We are challenging him today. And this lawmaker, his representation, go to Irish report. Irish report doesn't mean score F. This our lawmaker score F in the Irish report. And he has not represented the people very well. And his oversight responsibility is very poor. And is very poor. He always comes up with the kind of flimsy argument that, I'm in opposition. Yeah, in opposition, so what? Other people in opposition, but they maneuver their way to get things done in a district or supporting the ruling government. So that should not be an excuse. So when you are contesting, you are not contesting for you to win the election. So for your presidential candidate to win the election. So if you don't win, you should always think why if, and he lacked that why if, and that is a why if that Patrick Kumuya he is master of. So this man, that's why you see going as independent candidate. Yeah. Is not going any political party to get based on all of our solving. So Patrick, the social connection with his people, the kind of work that Patrick have done in district number 3 is unmatched. It's unmatched. 10, 15 years ago, the work like this may have done in district number 3.
So you keep bragging about the work Patrick has done. Let's go to the PRO. Let him outline some of these things. Let the people in the district hear and we will listen to them.
All right.
Thank you very much. Like Mark said, Patrick is the only candidate who has had the longest project in terms of term from 2004 up to now, 19 years. Let anybody show us their contribution to the district 19 years ago, 15 years ago, in 2004, 2005, 6, when Patrick was fostering the construction of the bridge that is beside the police station, where you see on the Puebla Road, that bridge that the government elevated so that the feeder road can pass. It was Patrick leadership that fostered the construction of that bridge. It was Patrick Kumuya leadership that fostered the construction of the Puebla police station. He paid for the parcel of land from Mr. Luther Jacobs.
Yes.
All right, when you look at the G, you will see Patrick Comoyan's signature there. That was around 2006.
Where the police station is sit with it. Okay.
It was Patrick Comoyan representation and lobbyistic meeting that brought two lawmakers together in 2010 to bring the police, the Portland Health Center right over there. All right. So 10 years ago, 15, 20 years ago, when Patrick had no idea, he had no thinking that today the people will have petitioned him to be a lawmaker, and he was there doing the work of the people. That's oversight, that's representation. So 10, 15, 20 years ago, Patrick is like something that is an inborn tendency for Patrick. He's not just learning it, he's not becoming an electionary, humanitarian, or a philanthropist. No, that is something that is inside his DNA.
And to add to what you just spoke about, not just the Puebla police station, the clinic like you see, and the bridges that you have constructed, but look, go to new ABS community. This community, since the formation of that community, where we call it Omega building on our side, since the formation of that particular community, there were so many contestants 2017 that went there and promised people that we were going to construct a public latrine for them. None of those, including the current lawmaker, they never fulfilled that promise to the people. And Mr. Kumuya 2019, during the Ebola time, during the Corona time, Mr. Kumuya, while the Corona was raging here, he went and constructed 6 rooms latrine for the people of new ABS community. Today, when Patrick Kumuya moving new ABS community, he's like a Messiah. People put it up and down for him to work on it because it's unprecedented in that part of the community. They consider that community to be a small community in the number 3. Today, when you go there, the people have the morally popular latrine. He didn't just stop there. Go to the school they call Mount Olive. There was a serious problem there for the students to curse to go to that school campus because there was a waterway there that was preventing most of the students going to school to fall in our water, and a couple of guess where and other stuff.
Even homes around there getting flooded.
Yes, because of the waterway was blocked. And Mr. Kumuya went there and cleaned that place and built a modern bridge for the people to that. And the students, they are very happy for Mount Olive right now. Even if when you open the land, those students go into court and give their own testimony of the impact of Patrick Kumuya. He didn't stop there. So the Channing Coastal Road, we have other contestants living in our community during the dry season time. So I just see them running all that road on one road and say they're facing it. But Patrick Kumuya during the dry season, he was the only aspiring back then. He carried a yellow machine on our road. And he raided that road and going all the way to the Channing Coastal Road, where the Channing Coastal Road is, where they're supposed to have the social and corporate responsibility to face that road. They do not care about that. It's Patrick Kumuya who carried the yellow machine there and they graded that road. So they really see other one that people do it rather is just for people to see them and let them the people already know that leader. And besides that, go to Omega community. Today, when you move in that community, who carry yellow machine or 2021 to grade that it was extremely deployable for even anybody to play that road.
But somebody who is noted for yellow machine in that district has been equipment.
Oh, leave that one. We are not talking about 419 yellow machine that is invisible. So what we are saying is the kind of hand mouse that Patrick has made in the show number 3 is unmatched to any candidate. Imagine if you were living in America, the other people who living in America and coming to contest right now in 2-3 months in the district. So he could have even done more because in America it's a land of opportunity that many people get lost to kind of get to that district. You go to Coast Hill, when you go down Arabisha, when that road was it was unpliable for motorcyclists and even cars. When the citizens gathered to face that road, it was Patrick Kumuya that even went there and gave some and contributed some cash, because yellow machine could not go there because of the softness of that place. The place was very soft. So what we did for the community, they were trying to buy fuel with hands and shovels and other stuff. I was there because there where I live. You went there and contributed some finance to the people to augment what they already collected from community donors so that they can face that road. Today, when you go there, when you go in our community, the people treat packet. Yesterday, you were in Coastal community. People say, "Oh yeah," they can say, "Our partner, our step up." All kinds of things they were saying in our community.
So
let me just conclude. Let me just conclude on some of those things. Like the issue of the video saving loan. We started first with 15 women groups, but since Mr. Kumuyan put more money with the help of other supporters, with the help of his friends and philanthropists from all over when he returned from Portugal, and some of his colleagues tried to help him in the process, and at the end of the day, today we have 75 women groups that are benefiting from the video saving loan. We have a vocational school running on Pat Media campus. We have a vocational school running at the office where people are facing chloride, they are facing liquid soap, they are facing solid soap. They are doing all kinds of things that the women. So it's a clear indication. These things started way back, not just now. People who are doing the electionary quick impact stuff.
Mark, it's important that we also mention our students.
Yes.
Giving scholarships to students even from 2014, 2015 school year. Imagine it's been running a tuition-free program. Most of our students nowadays that are seeking financial aid, you will find out that they are able to register themselves. You will find out that they are able to buy their uniform, but it is a tuition that they are not able to pay. So they come to the doorstep of a big brother and ask for fees. And you see, in Patrick have been running a tuition-free program.
one thing.
I mean, MARKA,
you guys are lecturing me enough. Let me
I think you ask a question. I know you have so many questions to ask, but just permit to just tell you why Patrick is going in that place, because it's not an issue of why he have done that, because everybody in the district aware of what Patrick have done. So we just want to tell you why Patrick. I mean, those things that Patrick intended.
It is because they are afraid of Patrick that they are doing panic project.
So before you talk about what Patrick is bringing on the table after believing that Ikembe has failed,
not just failed, but
you are grooming the people, getting used to this candidate being someone who is consistently doing development projects. You said over 19 years, but why if he's giving the opportunity and these things are not happening anymore? That's how come people can come back to say, oh, this person has failed because why you show us initially after your success, we're not seeing these kind of things. So how do you intend to continue these projects? Because people expect that once you are now representative, you are doing these things. Once you have the opportunity, now the
reality will should increase now, because what you have done is you increase, and it should be addition to what you have already done. So what I'm telling you here is,
some will say the people just pay me for what I've been doing.
Okay, so he doesn't want any pay for what you have been doing, and he wants to continue what you have been doing. He wants to be given the opportunity to go out there to explode opportunity for the people. So what? I hear you saying, why if he's elected, whether you will continue what he's doing, it will increase. When Patrick was not even thinking about representative, when you were youth chairman, he constructed, he fostered the community youth, where they won that project from YMCA, $6,000, 2005, the post-war, after they were doing some community projects, say the community that will win, they will give you $6,000. And Patrick Kumuya led the Pueblanos, the young people from Puebla. They went to that competition as a youth chairman. They won that project, $6,000. That bridge that my colleague was just talking about, it was at $6,000 after the community wanted the youth, and leading the youth of Puebla community was when that bridge was constructed. After that, where you see that right in front of the police station, it was pantry that used to lay over that river.
Pantry or old level.
Yeah, old level and others that used to lay over that river for them to cross. So it was Patrick Kumuya, after he represented the community, they won $6,000 back then, and they constructed that place. Some of us, we even to send on our here, small, we were to send on our here to build that bridge.
Oh yeah, so, because that's the only way our parents will come from the market.
Yes. So what we are saying here is, when Patrick is given the opportunity, Patrick, like the last time we went in Europe, when he came back, the people felt the impact. When he brought a free medical supply in collaboration with some of the colleagues from other political parties, and until the people benefited.
More than
the last time when you went
free medication.
Yes, when you went in Asia, when you came back to the district, the people benefited immensely.
If I'm not making mistake, they should be about 12 going for that seat. Is that number correct?
18. Learn that they are 18, but those people, those 17 contestants to
they are participants.
They are just mere participants. They are not in Champions League.
Somebody will just say somebody will say you just making,
I'm
you know,
telling you, Marka,
mouth.
I want you to pay a visit to the division. Those people that are not in Champions League, we are in the Champions League. They are in the domestic league, and they're going to fight among each other to qualify for Champions League. For us, we are already in the Champions League. We are the lone candidate that qualify for the Champions League, and we are the candidate, the independent candidate in this room. And I can tell you, the only thing
why independent? What kind? Is there a strategy? Why go out independent? Because initially, your candidate was.
Let me tell you now, we did a survey. And most of the time when you're doing your survey, when you're doing your sample gathering in research, we did a survey in district number 3. And we put all of the political parties on the pedestal. And we decided to quiz the people. Okay, why a party goes on the party? Because every political party were chasing party, including even the United Party. They were chasing party coming out to contest on the ticket in district number 3. And even
you wanted to carry the man to United Party?
No, not me. I'm telling you that. Let me answer that question because it's very important. Every political party, there's no political party in Canada in our race that the political leader didn't call party to contest on the party ticket. So we did a survey, and vast majority of the citizens who want party, they said that for some of all we are from different political party. You go to some people, say me I'm a citizen. You go to some people, say me I'm United Partisan. You go to some people, say me I'm CPP Partisan. You go to some people and say, oh, me a Tiawan Congo. You go to other people and say, me a Desal. But why we advance Patrick is for Patrick to go as independent candidate. That will give us the freedom to campaign for our presidential candidate and also campaign for Patrick Kuma because no political party is going to expel me because Patrick is an independent candidate.
You know,
it's possible that when he wins, we can convince him to join our party. So
which party are you from?
Who? That is not important to the discussion. So my candidate is going as independent candidate, and I'm supporting as independent candidate.
So you're refusing to answer my question?
If I come here in
Mark, which party are you from? That's a simple question.
If I come here in another jacket to represent my political party, I'm going to tell you the political party I represent. For example, my colleague, some of my colleagues, they are from the CDC. Some of my colleagues, they are from United Party. Majority of them, some of them are also from the CPP, the ANC, and some of them they are with Tiawan. Some of them they are with Clarence Moduba.
What about you?
And some of them they are with different political
What
parties.
about you?
For me,
yes.
I'm supporting the independent candidacy of Patrick Kumunya, and that is the agenda that I'm pushing right now. So when I come back in another jacket, I'm going to tell you the political party I'm from. So now, quickly, Marka, let me just tell you what Patrick is bringing to the table. And
Yes. Just in 2 minutes, tell us.
That is very important. With all what you have done in the district over the 19 years, I will do nephew, and my colleague will do also nephew. Well, we have so many different segments. Like right now, when you know the reason why things are very expensive in the country. Some of you have not really been talking about. I was one guy in the studio. You were making plan with because you were not promoting the business while you're not having the economic forum. You're only on the afternoon show, Madeline side and create something to bring the people from all over the
That's the same platform. So that ranting against if he even carry out any ranting, it was not important because on this radio we have a business forum.
Okay, business forum. Okay, so let me tell you now. You see, in this country, the Ministry of Commerce, they have a specific law that says you have to go and pay money for they call it patents. The patents right. Or the patents right, somebody will call it. That patent right, for example, if I want to import mosquito coil in this country, I go and pay for that slot. I go and pay for it. I'm the only person that will bring mosquito coil in this country. So what that means is that if I bring in I'm the only person that will import mosquito coil in this country. For example, if I run out of mosquito coil and I'm incapacitated, perhaps at certain point in time to bring a mosquito coil, I mean a mosquito coil, the small amount of mosquito coil in the country will go up. Because people who are going to buy it to sell it, they will not get it as much as they want it. So that right is exclusively for me. So what Patrick Kumunya is saying is that when he's elected, they're going to visit that law. They're going to open it up. Now, one person will just be given a right to just bring specific goods in the country for over 5 million people
and keep hacking
the price and bringing some artificial shortages into what they bring in the country. So, Patrick is saying that when he's given the opportunity by the people, they're going to visit that particular law so that people can be given the opportunity to bring goods when they wish. And another one here is that we're going to look at the issue of education very keenly, because he's somebody who is doing his master in education and supervision
At the
so
University
at
of
the University
Montreal.
of Liberia. So what he's talking about, what he has said that you're going to do, you're going to push for the merger of vocational courses into national curriculum, so that all higher learning institutions, high school, where if you are in 10th grade, you must start doing your vocational courses from 10th grade all the way to 12th grade at the school I graduated from, for example, SDA. SDA was doing drafting and accounting, for example. So
But it was
it
optional.
yeah, it was optional. But now we are saying it will not be optional.
It should be
It should
mandatory.
be mandatory that you do it from 10th grade to
To
12th grade, so that when you have graduated from high school, you have a skill and you'll be making some money while finding your way to university. And another one is that you're going to push the creation of a technical college for Pinsville and the NVTC compound. So that is the rationale. The rationale is that if every high school student is doing vocational course from 10th grade to 12th grade, then why would be the extent of NVTC now?
No,
There will
makes
not be
sense.
any use for any vocational training. So we're going to turn it into a vocational college for the people of Pinsville, for the inhabitants of Pinsville.
What will be getting the associate degree?
Yes, you'll be getting an associate degree and probably you'll be getting a BSc in vocational training. Then you're going to construct a modern science laboratory at the PJS, which is the partner institution for students of nation number 3 to have access, to science and practical. I mean, to have a practical access to science and technology.
You know, the science laboratory is going to help our students in terms of writing was chemistry, biology, physics, people 3. They are all practical. And you go through the district, I don't think there is any district that have a public science laboratory. We have the space right there on this campus of PJS, Public Junior and Senior High School. So instead of us saying that, oh, we will remove the building and add another one, there right now we don't see it really as a need. You go to school morning, afternoon, and night. People can still be incorporated. If you can't come in the morning, you can go in the afternoon or you go in the night. But what is of dire need right now for the students of district number 3 is science laboratory demonstration. So Patrice Komanya is saying with the content development fund, the district's portion of the content development fund, we're going to be using that to construct a modern science laboratory that will not just be for PJS students, it's going to be for all students in district number 3. We give you your schedule. If your science demonstration day is Monday 2 to 4, you bring all of your students there, and the district is going to employ seasoned demonstrators who will be there demonstrating for you.
Yeah, let me just kind of put a little next question. So,
I'm not coming in with a question again. I'm about to take calls.
I want to put more emphasis on what is on the line for the science laboratory, right? We have, for example, medical students. We have hearing readers. We also have Salvation Army. We also have Madania Fit. We have Messiah Mission. We have Tifa Academy. We have Royal Christian Foundation in the district. So when this science laboratory is constructed, because most of the schools, they don't have the financial strength to build a kind of science laboratory for their schools. So when this is generally constructed by the government, because Patrick will be in the government by then, when it's generally constructed,
is there going to be a private property open to the public, or is
no,
going to turn it over
at the public, because that land is for
okay.
It's a public space. So we're going to construct it there so that all of the other students, they can have a specific time. For example, they say, oh, the practical from Messiah Mission, the students will just use it because we're going to have a bus. We're going to have a bus for the students. So when we're going to schedule it, so for example, instead of Messiah Mission practical, we'll take them from Mauritius Farm. They go there and do that practical. The bus will drive them back. Then the other bus will take from Royal Christian Foundation and drive them to that place and do that practical and take the students back to that. So these are the kind of things that Patrick intend to do. And we'll talk about proper implementation of existing law. We're not going there so much. We're going to make law. We have plenty of law on the book.
What they are making laws when you don't monitor the law that you have already made.
Yeah, so we're going to make sure. And I hope we get some time. We're going to make sure that we enforce existing laws. We're going to review non-functional laws and enacting new ones. Those ones that are not functional, we're going to review and also the issue. One of the things that Patrick always push is the issue of Ministry of Youth and Sports. What we are saying, we say that we're going to make sure we push a bill for that to be separated. And the Minister of Youth and Entrepreneurship will not be more than 35. If that ministry is created, the Ministry of Youth the Ministry of Youth and Innovation. If that ministry is created, and that minister will be in the ad I will create, that minister should not be more than 35. Because
is that a bill you are taking to the legislature?
Already stated. So they're going there now to push for it to be passed.
To create a Ministry of Youth and Innovation. So that means you want to separate that from the Ministry of Youth.
Yeah, from the Ministry of Youth.
Sports.
Yeah, it's operating on them. So we want to separate the Ministry of Youth and Sports. We'll make it Ministry of Youth and Innovation. Then we'll have the Ministry of Sports.
And sports will stand on its own.
Yes, sports stand on its own. So what we're going to do, we have introduced that bill already. We have sent that bill already in the House, and because we are not there to push forward, and we have been talking to other people in the 54 legislation for them to pass that bill. But because we are not there, once we go there, and that will also bring employment opportunity for other people. That will also focus more on innovation.
So, man, let's forget the issue of this salary for people working for government. I work for this government, you work for the government, and I do education. I teach in a public school. You pay me 36,000 Liberian dollars. Another person gets a degree in another course, but they work in another sector. You pay them $600, $700 US. So do you know what you are telling the teachers, people who went to school and got their bachelor degree in education, that they should leave the classroom? So when you keep on paying teachers from national level, you keep giving such a very, very big gap in the salary structure. You're going to continually demotivate teachers to leave that classroom and seek for a higher job so that they can be able to get higher salary.
Anything remaining you will say when you are closing? Let's take a couple of calls, please. 0770202579. This is the TBS Yet and Truth 96.1 FM. We have a team from the Patrick Kumaya campaign in District Number 3, Montserrat County, headed by Mark Timba. He is the spokesperson of this. Let's take our first caller this morning. That person slipped off the line. 0770202579. Let's take this one. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Go ahead, sir. So the comrade said, "Oh, well, go again." Go ahead. Anyway, go ahead, sir. Go ahead. Okay, brother, you've made your point. Let's take this call. Good morning. Good morning. Go ahead.
Good morning to my brothers in studio. This is the voice of Akilo, and I'm phoning on the office of Patrick Kumaya Nation 3 MARKA, this is the election of partnership, friendship of parties, to those people on the basis of what is done, what you are doing, or what you will do for the people. That's why only right on your show, the family of Akilo endorse the tenants of Patrick Kumaya. In district number 3, this man is the oldest man who needs to send me in the government of our district, and we have to carry him because of what he has done for the people.
Thank you, brother. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Go ahead, sir.
So my name is James Cabela, calling from the Coast Fonyo community. So let me say thanks to my big brother in studio, that team, and I've listened to him very well.
I mean, all of you just coming through there.
So we are already very resolved that we are going to vote on Patrick Kumaya comes on towards them, because we are attending the Patrick Academic School System, we acquire quality education, and we believe that Patrick Kumaya can transform our district and he can even help our brothers and sisters who are smoking cools in our community so that they can all leave their ghetto and come and get quality education.
Thank you.
So
Thank you, sir. You've made a point. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead.
My name is Mark. I would like to thank the guest for the brilliant presentation yesterday. And my point this morning is that our Patrick Kumaya going to be the next law because I was working. He is going to do vision development and he can carry on within the country. And in fact, all here is like when you don't go away, you don't want to carry on and do more activity because for now our history has become or the agenda of the attraction for politicians. Right now in the issue of now we are seeing two experiment. What do you want one project? It goes into the Chaneco road. Now we are seeing two politicians putting on a go. The other one up, the other one
Okay, thank you. Let me take the final caller. Good morning.
Two politicians for the district benefit. That's all.
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right.
Oh, wow.
So let me pick one opposing call. I'm sure this is going to be in a United Party line.
So how you know that opposing call? That guy's coming distorted. I'm not hearing.
The call MARKA picking it just like
Yeah.
Patrick. So let's just something on the other side too. Go ahead.
But who is calling? Who is calling?
But Patrick have been on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't hear such statement on the show today anyway.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. So get
Mark?
go now.
Mark, we have just at least 2 minutes. Let's close.
Thank you very much. From the calls, and the calls did not just come out of the blue sky. The calls came because Patrick has been really, really working.
Like a call team that you finish with it.
No, not the issue of the calls, not the issue of the call. But Patrick has really, really
No man
worked
will feel
over almost 2 decades, 19 years of work. Where have the other guys been? Okay, when we have one community brother who is our leader today, and he forgot that he even has the responsibility to use oversight. The pipeline that supplies water to Central Monrovia passes right through our district, and we don't have pipe and water. Then we should be. So you want them in the 21st century, we should still be drinking well and drinking from pump? No, every household in district number 3, through the lobbyistic mayor of Common, through his oversight and representation, we're going to start benefiting from pipe-borne water and stop drinking from pumps.
Okay. To conclude, I want to appreciate the callers so kindly, and that is a reality foundation number 3. And I don't know what we have never said anybody's a boo. And in communication, we have 2 kinds of people. We have the extrovert and we have the introvert. Somebody can be an introvert. That person doesn't talk much, but they act and they do the work. But it's a current lawmaker, extrovert or introvert. He doesn't. He's
just some kind of vert.
He's just some kind of vert. But he doesn't mean the extrovert and the introvert. So Mr. Komanya is extrovert. He talks out, and he also possesses a characteristic of an introvert, and he acts. So that is the kind of candidate that we are selling. And what I can tell you, all other candidates, this district number 3 is not a retirement place. Like you work maybe in America, you sit in America, you can win the people, you can win election district number 3, you are fooling yourself. You think you can sit down a few months to election, then you spend money, you say you carry on development, you are fooling yourself. In fact, some of them when they go there and say, you buy your command and you buy your command, say no, as soon as so person, they just introducing themselves to the people. So the people have already resolved their son, the men who are born around the Partner Road, the men who live there, the men who when they break that clinic direct to Danatia Junction, the men that went around and lobby the build that clinic that the man in the race. And the man is to number 11.
Thank you. That's people that bring you putting that one.
Red out on your head is to number 11, district number 3.
In the blue fashion.
Yeah, in a blue fashion, and that shiny red hat on your head, number 11.
All right, man, thank you.
October 11. I come in October 11.
Mark, thank you. So, Mark Tingman,
Yes.
is the official spokesperson of the campaign team. They've been here this morning on the TBS on Tuesday night. Going to be the mentors that will be on the Mark. Yeah. So
where's Vandana Patrick?
Yeah, let's move.
Yeah, let's get a break. We'll be right back.
Yes.
This one.
So much for contributing towards our program. I know the Christmas party, I'm going to have a drama. Some people will be dancing, singing, and so on. I want to appreciate honorable life community on behalf of my school, our creative appreciation to the life community foundation. Useful to and we need like skills to back us up. We extending our education to higher institutions. So we are very grateful for the honorable for providing such avenue for us to remove.
I actually came to appreciate from his liability because he helped us during our campaign in our school and we needed help to carry out our project. One of my friends told me he wanted to like to support the youth. That was true because he really helped us. In fact, he gave the highest donation, so that was a motivation for me.
It's not about the looks. It's not about the age. It's not about the religion. It's not about the color. That once you see the person work, speak positively, I think you should support the system. I think you should push that person to do more for the country because if a person in a private sector doing a lot more than the politicians or people that are in government, I think some of us will need the chance to work harder, need the motivation to put us in the right place. So I just encouraging people to do the right thing because we just want to see the country move forward.
Truth FM 96.1, the heart and soul of life.
Let's get a little bit of music. Different color, one people. I'm seeing Vandana Patrick. I guess I already seen the senatorial seats already. Mike Gibby. Different color, one people. CPP, CDC, Unity Party, Lino, LPP, one country, man. After this event, Liberia still remains. Different political parties. One country, man. I know it's hard, but Just one country, one people, one country. As soon as you see Mandela is ready, if Mandela is ready, they will link up with him in there.
They were created in the
Okay, so let's get the music down. Let's get the music down. It's the True Breakfast Show, 96.1 in Hot and Soul of Liberia. Yes, I intend to play this song. Yes, different political parties, one country. You from the CPP, you from the CDC, you from the Unity Party, you from the LP, you from Lindu, it's all a political party. I mean, ALL is just one country. Yes, Fandala Patrick, senatorial candidate, Mangibi County, have accepted our invitation to sit on the last segment of the Breakfast Show on 96.1 on the Hot and Soul of Liberia. Camera have just captured Vandela already. We're going to do this straight up to 10 o'clock. Thanks so much for your patience. Thanks for listening. My name is O'Neill. MARKA have run it straight up to 10 o'clock this one. So MARKA will start this flight with Vandela. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Olive. Thank you, Olive. This morning we have one of the senatorial candidates from RGB County, and it's great to have him here this morning. We've been trying to bring all of these people on board so that they can explain to the people what exactly are the visions for their counties and the country at large. So we are grateful to have with us this morning Vendala Patricks. He's known as an advocate, ardent one for that matter. That's what a lot of people know him for over the years. But it's great to have you here this morning, sitting on our show this morning.
Well, market into the listening public is very good. Pleasant good morning to all of you. And O'Neill Roberts, long time. I like the way you transition, very fast from True FM, playing metal music. Now you are sitting behind a microphone as a prosecutor.
As a prosecutor?
Yeah, legal prosecutor in the journalistic field. So
Okay, I like that.
I want to say congratulations. This is how people transition and they become very much excellent. And you, MARKA Davis, we used to come here with us in the studio. I see you guys are doing a very good job. I'm very happy to be in your studio again, and I like the level of transformation I'm seeing already.
Okay, so a lot of people have followed you over the time, but we just want you to let our audience know who is Vendala Patricks, maybe family background, and your place of birth and other history about yourself.
I know some people want to know whether I'm not from Maggie. I know the question this was. But basically, the name remains Vandala Patricks. I was born and raised in Division 44. I am a son of a plantation worker. My late father tapped for Firestone, and my mother is a market woman, not educated. I'm the first person to graduate from high school. I'm the first person in my family to go to college. I'm the first person in my family to obtain a college degree. And so I'm very proud of that. But there's something about me growing up as a child in the rubber plantations. My rights were abused. I was exploited as a kid, used to make farms for my neighbors. And I was deprived of education. I was almost 11 years old when I started school. And unfortunately, the war came. We fled into Guinea. I am a refugee, but I stay in the Bosu refugees camp for a considerable period of time. When the war ended, we came back. I spent some time in Yekepa, attended Karaha, and came to Habel Multilateral. So I am a product of suffering. I'm a product of poverty. But over the period of time, I managed to embrace all these challenges, refusing to accept that the negative opinions of other people will never have a daring effect on my life. So this is Vandala Patricks, and I'm a Christian, and I believe in God. I have a son. He's Joseph Mandela Patrick's, but we have taken the Mandela from him now because
Why?
he wants to play soccer. Mandela was never a soccer player, so
So
his name now is Patrick Jr. He wants to be called Patrick Jr. So he's doing well.
Great. Let's go straight into the content. So thinking about this, this is Mandela Love, man. Yes, I mean the image of right was not going to be a Mandela is coming to try. So they're very good. But someone would like to go, what's the contribution in mind? Most time, maybe just more older days, more smaller days. Let's go through it.
So basically, and I like the question, and for me, like I said, I've been an activist, and many of you who are listening, and those of you who are following the media, there is a tendency in this country, and even across Africa, as long as you are an activist, you speak against corruption, you speak against societal ills, you are ostracized, both in the private sector, nobody wants to employ you. In the government, they say, no, this guy is troublesome. So I established a non-profit when I was still a college student in 2004. Many of my colleagues who are listening from Cardinal University, I used to be called Show Liberia, Students United for Reconstruction and Education, but it has now been transformed into Campaigners for Change International. I use that organization to give back to society. And I've always said this, giving back to society is not a competition. It's an act of generosity. You can give with your service if you don't have money. So in these elections, specifically in my Gibi, no senatorial candidate. I'm not talking about why they are in government. No senatorial candidate in these elections in my Gibi has given scholarship equal to Mandela Patrick's. I'm boasting of that. I started giving people help. Both upward and lower bill. I'm telling you. I mean, from Cardinal University, many of my donors were my schoolmates, and some of these people, I know O'Neill. It will interest you to know. I used to write like sometimes 500 letters. I just come and distribute. Even Musa Ability is one of those individuals that contributed towards capacity building, including for Salib, who used to jail me at times. He was one of those. One time I was at the NSA, he came in like, why make it? I tried to explain myself. I said, that you contributed, towards giving scholarship to people, students at St. Teresa Convent and in Lower Magibe. I said, you give the money to one butterfly, you keep them. I mean, he paid the school fees. So, including Honorable Edwin Mervyn Snow, he was giving a lot of hard time when he was speaker. At that time, carried a list of students to sponsor them. So, no one has built a capacity, in terms of educational support. We've been giving macro loan since 2005. Yes. Yeah, I was not working. Oh, yes. I made a solemn decision to run for the Senate in 2014. Because when I saw the appalling living condition, at the time I had the opportunity, to go across my Gibi, to really ascertain, some of the development projects. You remember I used to be, chased by the government, and I needed to gather evidence, to present the facts to the government that this is the reason why I am talking. I went across my Gibi. I saw our people, their workers' rights. The workers' rights, it was a problem. And many of them were subjected to poverty. When you go around the divisions, you see kids, they are not in school. When you travel into the villages, there are no medical health care. Like the other day, I visited places in district number 5. The place is densely populated, but there's no school. If you have a school, it doesn't look like a school. When I see, my Gibi is a concession areas. We see people taking the resources for our country, and we don't see significant remittance, and I travel to Marshall. I interact with these guys on the beach. And the other day, I was having a meeting with the guys on the beach. They are not fishing now because they see it's rough. They are poor. You cannot live in a country where people are subjected to poverty. And it reminds me, and most importantly, I saw this coming a long time. I saw many of our young people turning into Sokos because they say the idle mind is the devil's workshop. As a victim of poverty, as a victim or a product of suffering, I felt that the best I could do was to use my voice and my education, to call on national leaders, not with arrogance, but to remind them of their constitutional responsibility, that they need to seek the indulgence or the welfare of the very people who gave them power. My Gibi is the 4th
populated country now in the Republic of Liberia. But vast majority of our people are not working. They are unemployed. You know, we are the gateway to Liberia, whether you like it or not. You want to go out of this country, you want to fly by air, Mikey B is where you're going to pass through. You come to Liberia today through Roberts International Airport. When you see Habel, you see Mikey B, you will know that Liberia is good or Liberia is bad. So basically, given all these competing challenges, you know, and I saw the poor policy making, corruption, there are unfinished projects. It might be many of the young people don't have opportunity to go to school. The scholarship program that we advocated for in 2009 has been destroyed. That thing has been broken down. So I feel, I say, look, 38 years ago, my Gibi was established December 15, 1985 under the PRC regime of Samuel Kanyado. And 38 years ago, they used to tell we were the future leaders. And I asked myself, when will this future come? So I felt that it became a moral responsibility and a constitutional obligation to represent my people in the Senate. And I needed to transition. I needed to have international experience, build my international network, go to a school where I would be trained specifically and function in the areas of governance. So I am back after my completion of my studies in the US. I came back. And so this is where we are. When you make a decision to represent your people, you have to prepare. You sitting here today, before you made that transition from where you were, I was joking with you. I don't believe that is politically charged. And guess what? All the aspirants, we are in one chat room. We interact with each other. We call each other like 2 a.m. in the morning. No, we talk.
What chat room is that? Is that a Baggy agenda?
No, I'm not. I'm talking about the senatorial. Those who are running for the Senate. We created ourselves. We interact. We want to detoxify the political landscape. You don't see us coming in studio and we discuss issues, surrounding our country. So I don't believe that Margibi is politically charged. The people in Margibi, they know very well that Fandela has been a voice in this country, has been a voice in Margibi. And the Senate is the biggest platform for activism. If you are electing someone to the Senate, people at Fandela Patrick brings work of experience. I have a history of over 15-year work experience in activism. I've been physically and psychologically tortured in defense of the most marginalized groups of people. So giving me the Senate will give me a bigger opportunity and a platform to advocate more, deepen my understanding in international politics, and try to serve as a very good ambassador. Mind you, I'm not going to be only a senator for Margibi. I'm going to be an ambassador of the Republic of Liberia. And using my international connections and network, it's going to bring a lot to Margibi and the people of Liberia.
Okay, so the electors now are doing the assessment based on what you've done in the past, which you have explained some of them.
I didn't explain most of them.
Yes, I said some of them.
Okay.
And they also want to know the vision of people who are trying to take up national leadership in the country. So let's look at your vision. What do you have? Your vision will be embedded in your platform. So let's look at maybe a summary of what are you bringing on the table.
So number one, I want to deracinate this concept, erase it totally. This idea of dependency in Margibi. Margibi has a population of 430,000 people. Our budget, or 230,000 people, sorry. The budget of Margibi is 425 county development. Can you imagine that? A country like Margibi with Firestone, China Union, these Chinese boys who are operating there, Jetty has come there, SROC, now you have the Farmington Hotel, you have those big concessions, in Margibi. In Margibi that the country development is 425,000. If we live on such an amount, poverty will come knocking at our door. This is a new transition area. This is a new era. I am dreaming about a Margibi that will have an operating budget of not less than $5 million. You know what? The laws are clear. Every country, the laws are there that every company that operates in the country, they're supposed to give certain remittance, 10% of their earning or their profit, towards the country. for giving them the opportunity to function there. So imagine, I want to ask the hard questions. Firestone, the law says you're supposed to give us a certain amount. How much have you been giving to us? We want to know. We go to SRC. SRC, oh yeah, no, Farmington, we have to repeal that Bugos concession agreement. Can you imagine that? 2016, 17, they signed a concession agreement in Maigibi where the people are walloping in poverty and desperation. They carry a company there, they sign our concession agreements, and they say 30 years they will operate in Maigibi and they should not pay taxes. Tax-free. As a senator, I want to ask the hard questions. On what ground were you given this opportunity to operate in a country where people are destitute, where people are languishing in poverty and destitution, where healthcare is appalling? There are no good school system. You are making millions of dollars and oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I want to ask a question. You cannot operate in our country and someone makes a decision in the Capitol building and enforcing on our people. I think it undermines the tenets of democratic values and principles. It is not safe for such a company to operate. So I dream about a Maigibi to operate a budget of not less than 5 million. We can raise our own revenue. O'Neill, do you know that these Chinese companies that are operating in our area, you know, the crush, when you go into Maigibi, they're taking all the rocks from there, they are using it to, these are minerals from Maigibi. So I was asking someone the other day, I went on the site, they are selling 1 truck load of crushed rocks. Somebody told me it's $700. So the guys make like 20 trips a day. That means $14,000 they make in a day. So if you multiply 14,000 times 24 days in a month, you're talking about almost 280,000, you know. So if you do the calculation, let's do this. $700 times 20 days. It's simple. The first thing I intend to do as a senator in my first 100 days, I want to set up what they call a think tank. A think tank will comprise of lawyers in this country. It will comprise of people from outside with international experience called the Friends of Liberia to sit down and do a comprehensive plan. The Maigibi development agenda. Maigibi does not have a plan. We want to know in 6 years as a country, where are we going to move? Like I said, my dream about Maigibi is to deracinate from the concept of depending on national government to give you money. You already have the right to generate your own revenue. Nobody stops, you know, any senator from going out over there presenting a very compelling case about Maigibi, that these are investments opportunity that lie in Maigibi. We want you to come and invest in our country and create jobs.
Even the message is resonating. I mean, but baby, this is an old age problem. Then Patrick just fall down and want to change everything. This is how we're living our way of life. The message, 5 districts in the entire county, is it reaching out to the people? Your message.
I ask them a question. Why are you suffering? Maigibi is rich, but why are you poor? That's the question. You have a lot of money. I was just giving you, you know, something I was just telling you. You have a lot of money outside. Let me tell you. I was in Marshall yesterday and I had a meeting with some groups of young men. And I told them, why are you suffering? I asked them, I said, all these people that are taking rocks in the play, they are mining sand. They're taking your resources. They come here, they're fishing. Do you know what happened? I said, you know, why are you suffering? O'Neill, let me tell you, Liberia just stopped Panama when it comes to the maritime sector. We have like 250 ships or more than, 2,000 ships that are now carrying the flag of Liberia. As a senator, I want to ask the hard questions. Why are you carrying the flag of Liberia on your ship? We cannot have Liberians on the ship working. The question would be, or the argument would be, oh, but there are no qualified Liberians. But training, we want to make it a precondition that any ship flies the flag of the Republic of Liberia. You must have not less than 5 Liberians on that ship because you are carrying our flag. These are conditions. So if you have like 2,000 ships, multiplied by 5, you're talking about almost 10,000. You can create jobs just in the maritime sector. So I don't subscribe to too many excuses because we have reached to a point where people see that, look, Liberia is good for business. And secondly, the message is resonating. I said with them, Why are you suffering? Look at the workers right in Firestone. Firestone is contracting 1/3 of the fine. And some of those that are taking contract from Firestone, they are the ones that are suffering our people. Once you are a contractor, your children cannot go to school, they can't have good medical care, so you don't have retirement benefit. O'Neill, all around the world that I have seen, how can you work for a company for 25 years and they send you to National Social Security for Welfare Corporation? That is not NASCO that employ you. You must be entitled to your unemployment, not unemployment, but retirement benefit from the company that hired you before you work for 30 years. The Social Security, because at the time you were working, while you are in a Firestone or any other company, the NASCO was taking certain portion of your money. So when you leave from there, you go and get that. But guess what? Today, these people have been robbed. It's a decent work bill. That bill is indecent. It does not represent the interests of our people, not just in Firestone, but across the 15 political subdivisions of the country. That is something our Federal Party wants to lead a change. It's not going to be an intellectual war. It's going to be through persuasion.
Okay.
Speaking to the issue that affect our people.
But then you will make up. You will be a good senator. I mean, with all of the energy, there are some senatorial or representative candidates who are not pushing. I mean, what you are saying. But let's look at your chances on a very fair note. Your chances in this election in Mangibi County. You may not put up that huge crowd that others have been doing. You have 8 candidates in this race. Let's look at your chances.
I stand a very good chance of winning on 3 major principles. Number one, the name is there. You know, in leadership, you know, sometimes people win election, you lose the public. You can win election, but you lose the support of the people. Fandela Patrick has risked his life in this country. I risked my life, I risked my education, I risked the life of my family in defense of the vast majority of our people. The chances are there. I come from the Firestone Belt. I have gone into the divisions and I said to them, I am the son of a typo. No one can better explain your conditions to advocate for you in the Senate than someone who is a victim, who is a product of this bad system. I'm a product of the bad system that has kept our people in abject poverty, underpaid, rubber plantations, and across my Gibby. They listen to me. They see me as their own. I saw bread on the street of cement notice. I saw DK clothes. They saw me growing, believing that this guy was insignificant. Can you imagine with no scientific evidence? Someone look at me in Firestone when I asked him to pay my fees. He said I should not waste my time to go to college because I was unfit. At one point, I believe him. But along the line, I saw education as a vaccine to kill poverty. And I had to go to live as a houseboy in Harbour Hills to acquire an education. It was not difficult for me. So when I share my story with people, one thing I remind them, look, why would you go against a man who defied poverty, who was a product of suffering? When everybody thought I was finished.
You're a product of suffering.
Let's be honest, my parents couldn't read and write. My father's Monday salary could not exceed $100 a month. You know, in Firestone, there's something they call double tapping. I was deprived of so many opportunities. I did not know what they call recreation.
So there could be many traditions in the politics in Margibi, but 2 key ones I want to ask whether they play in your favor. One is the tradition of representation, where the 2 senators, one should come from, or always like come from lower. And then the other one could be maybe the tribal tradition. Also, are you from the tribe with the majority, or like the Bassa, the Pele? People talk about that.
Yeah. I mean, let me speak to the issue of balance of power. And that's why I come from Unification City. Sumer Notice used to be Sumer Notice, but it's now Unification City. We believe in unification. So the issue of tribalism is no longer going to play, because you know what, Margibi is almost becoming like Maserati. And those who are wearing these tribal garments, They have no place in our society. And I don't like to speak on tribal sentiment because you know what? As an activist, I did not pick and choose. I was not advocating for the Kisi community. I was not advocating for the Bassa community. I was not advocating for the Pele community. I was advocating for the Republic of Liberia, the most marginalized groups of people. And I've said this to them. Let's make politics in Magibi to be like marriage. Someone come from Ganji there, will travel all the way to Banke Makante and find a beautiful wife. They marry. The person will not say, I have to marry within my kingdom. In politics, it's not about your tribe, because when you elect the wrong leader, and that person fails to deliver when poverty comes, it's not going to pick and choose. One thing I like about poverty, it does not discriminate. It grabs you, carry you up, and impressing you. So I come from Lower Margibi, so I enjoy that. That's why no Senatorial candidate has come from Upper Margibi. You can't try.
Any regret that you lost your advocacy role, Vandana Patrick, and doing Ellen Johnson selling governor, you are very outburst. Not much have been heard from you since George Weah, almost 6 years.
George Weah faced, we led the first protest against George Weah.
How many times you went to jail before that?
On 5 times.
5 times in jail.
5 times. Okay. You see, sometimes people tend to be oblivious or forgetful of some of the intervention. The first protest that was staged against George Weah in the United States, in New York, I was there. And we did it for good reason. Because when Weah was running, just so you know, I personally supported George Weah in 2017. And I did that on purpose. I guarantee that you, Mr. Weah, if you don't deliver, on your responsibilities, on your promises, we're going to hold you accountable. There's a tendency in this country, Liberians only know how to elect. They don't know how to protect their votes. When you elect an individual to public office, hold them accountable. When you begin to rebuke them, they said that open rebuke is better than secret process. We have ensured that many of these people you see on the international media, look, there are 2 ways you advocate. I was in the US going to school. I used my platform. I have proximity with members of the United States Congress. I have proximity with members, of the media, human rights organizations. Compared to Liberia, you have to take your placard, you go to the US Embassy to go deliver petition. I just walk to United States Congress. I just walk to State Department and hand deliver. So it was just easy. In fact, my being away out of Liberia make my advocacy easy with protesters in Washington, D.C.
The first protest.
1 time, 2 times, 3 times. I lived in Washington, D.C. throughout until around 2019, 2020, when I moved to Massachusetts. And you know that era too is a very
Since then, probably the government have done some major progress. Then you protested full 5 years ago. Maybe there have been major improvements.
Well, of course, no government comes to power and it will just feel 100%. We got to be very clear about that. My advocacy is not blind, it's not blind, or one-sided. Every government that comes to power, it will do some good things and it will do some bad things. But where the failures of the government exceeds, the developments or the promises that you couldn't execute, then it becomes a problem.
Is that what the case with this regime?
I think this regime has failed to fight corruption. The CDC role on anti-corruption platform. The CDC did not pay rules. And nobody questioned the CDC why they didn't pay rule. They didn't give people school fee. They didn't pay people school fee. They didn't give macro loan. The CDC advocated that corruption under the UP-led government was systemic. And as such, they were going to fight corruption. But guess what? When they came to power, the very remnants of the previous regime, they reappointed them into government. That was a fundamental contradiction. And I felt that it is so far. We reappointed George Bonner. We had to cross law behind him. We say no, you can't take that job. They reappointed Eugene Nangbe. Mind you, Eugene Nangbe was very instrumental to have misled the UP-led government at the time to say the CDC was bringing arms in this country to destroy lives and property. Because at that time, I was at the Cardinal University Graduate School. I was in the classroom. I saw sporadic shooting at the CDC headquarters. When we had to over, he rewarded this man, with the position of Minister of Information. I saw that as an affront like a lady like National House and Saving Bank, the NPA, you know, she was there at the NPA. We wanted to see because that place is corrupt. I would have expected the CDC to have audited everyone that were at the NPA, but they didn't do that. They wanted to reappointed these people into government. I felt that that was a breach of contract in terms of how we wanted this country to be led. And we did it in a more profound manner to say, look, you know, Mr. President, you don't reappoint people. There are 63 audit reports. Use the audit, carry these people to court, appoint special prosecutor to adjudicate these cases, assign some of them in the various countries, so that these people can justify why if they are found to be not guilty, you can reappoint them. The only reason these people, you know, caused the UP level at the time in 2017 to have a bad image because they did not perform. It was smelling with corruption. And your government, your party accused them of looting state resources. Now you have won the election. Why reward these people without you auditing them? You know, I felt that there was a breach of the contract.
You think if there's corruption now is a spillover from the past administration?
I don't want to. They have their own thing. I don't want to praise spill. Look, if a leader begins to compare their failures with the failures of their predecessors, it means they are not related to me.
Your standard bearer is seen around. Tell Gongolo is your standard bearer. You contesting in Mangibi on the LPP ticket. He's around with broom want to sweep corruption. That broom is enough to sweep corruption. It's an old age thing.
It's symbolic. Consider Gongolo remains one of Liberia's most iconic leaders in this country. This man for 38 years, he has fought every semblance of corruption, defending the rights of the most marginalized. He uses the broom. Broom is not just to sweep, it represents unity. This man wants to unify this country. You're only looking at the broom to be a symbol of sweeping. Yes, but how do you sweep? You sweep when everybody hold hands together. And Councillor Gongolo has demonstrated that in public service, even in his private life.
But your government win the presidency when you audit. You accuse the CDC of not auditing
the Councillor Gongolo wins the presidency. The first thing he made that very clear. His new agenda, his new Liberia, agenda. It's clear. Anyone who smells for corruption, you will be giving your day in court. You will not, as long as you are dismissed, honor his regime. You will never find a place under his regime to go and work. Maybe you can go into the private sector.
Before we get the lines activated quickly, Fendela, this should be probably my last question. Why should my Gideon vote you as senator? Fendela Patrick, or some of a former tapper, contesting for the senatorial seat.
My should vote you to all those who we want to represent.
But Magio could say the same thing. Emmanuel Giddens, Balazize, all those who contested could say the same thing. Why should Magibian vote you?
Very honest. Fendela Patrick come over for experience in this country. The Senate is the bigger platform for activism. And you need to tell your listening public. When you go to the Senate, you are not going to do business. You are going to sit there to debate issues that affect your people in Magibi and the country at large. If you become a senator, you are going to be an ambassador of the Republic of Liberia. You must have integrity. You must have international connections. Fendela Patrick has been in the field of activism for over 15 years. Going into the Senate will give me a bigger platform to concretize my over 15 years plus activism into policy action. I want to sit in the Senate to review some of those laws that are working against our people. Secondly, O'Neill, I'm bringing a new picture of representation. We want to erase this notion. Only the national government should give money to Magibi before we survive. I am dreaming about a Magibi where our budget, operational budget, should be not less than 5 million. And I told you how we can get this money. You have all these companies operating in Magibi. The laws are clear. They're supposed to give us a certain amount annually. We're not going to fight them. We are just going to take our letters to them. Look, you are supposed to give us if you go to Firestone, you go to SRC, you go to Farmington Hotel, you go to Jetty, you go to China Union. If you put everything they're supposed to give us annually, is more than 5 million. And this is where activism or advocacy comes in. But people have not been asking the hard questions. Are there people taking this money and our people are suffering? No, I don't know, and that's why I want to be a senator, so that we can make the people to.
So the energy you have, you want to carry in the Senate.
I said, no. Senate, being in the Senate, it's not to fight; it's to be persuasive. I've been trained to be a very good negotiator.
How could change people? But Vandela is saying all of this. When you become a senator now, it's a different.
No, but people say this about me. You live in this country. When I started my activism, over this guy looking for jobs. I rejected ministerial jobs in this country. I rejected opportunity. Yes, offer many times.
Ellen Johnson offer you? Ellen offer you Vandela?
Honor Madam Ellen Johnson Selly. My papa now, he's the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, Wissa Blambo. I'm sure you're listening. He used to call me. He was a chair on executive. He said, my man, the Oman wants to see you. You are a very brilliant young man. You need to come in the government and contribute. Send me your CV. I said, I'm not interested in that. I used to be at the NSA and people call him Hodge. He would tell me, young man, you're too brilliant. Why are you suffering? With all these ideas, they are most needed in the government. And my thing was, I don't want to work in the government where people are not willing to listen. So you can guarantee, you can be assured that when Vandela Patrick gets into the Senate, Vandela Patrick is going to transform. I have never, I'm not saying I am an angel, but I have tried to exemplify that attribute, that integrity, that reflects any activist in this country, and now making a transition from activism to public elected office. Lastly, my story is unique to everybody. Why would any young man in Magibi, why would anyone in Magibi look at Vandela that this guy will not make a difference? Look at my poor background. A son of a tattoo who was told that I was unfit to go to college with no scientific evidence. I have to sell on the street. I lived as a houseboy, went to Cottington, graduated, and came back to contribute. Most importantly, I like to say that it's not a boast, but I could not imagine that a son of a rubber tap will go to Harvard University to acquire an education and come back to tell our people that the negative opinions of other people have no bearing effect on your life. I want to inspire my generation to believe that, look, in the midst of everything that they are going through, there is a way out there. My story can inspire people and they can become better and productive people in society.
All right. Vandela, yeah, let's see if we can get the lines activated until 10 o'clock.
02579 and on you
0777405017. Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Good morning, go ahead.
Thank you. My name is Alpha Dennis Toba the second. Let me say good morning to my people of Vandela Patrick. Vandela, I'm so happy to hear about this morning from the University of Liberia. I also is one of the firestone of the Robert Tapo, born in Division 31, Magibi County. Vandela, it's unfortunate that some of us right now, our voting right is not in Magibi County. But we can also encourage our people. Vandela, you are the best in the race when it comes to Magibi County senatorial race. Because your story fits right in your story. And Manjado all falls in that category. So this morning, I want to add my voice to the many voices in Magibi. We should not make a mistake. Vandela is qualified and even overqualified to the Senate and for the Senate. I believe that he can contribute a lot to that Senate.
Okay. Yeah, let's do a minute, please. Let's do a minute.
Thank you, Alfred. Let's do a minute per call, and after this one, you can pick another call. Good morning.
Good morning, Margaret. And let me say good morning to you. Let me say good morning to Big Brother Vandela Patrick. Please, having people in a joint from a vacant district. CM Brother Vandela Patrick, you got about 6% in Magibi. You got a vote. Rest assured, you will get a vote 100%. Because I've been firing you consistently as a release for your advocacy, even at the level of Harvard, up to the present day, some gross follower of you. So I just want to tell you that, please, when you enter the halls, I know that you will enter there. Please don't put people on the people that will take the 30,000.
Okay, thank you. Let's hear when you have a call.
Let's go straight into the content now. Good morning. All right.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Aloysius. Thank you. With not much call from my end. If you have, let's do a working time at least 10:05 ago. Yeah,
Yes,
like I
let me see if I
pick it
can
up.
pick this one on 0770202579. This one. Good morning. Good morning. Please stay away
The
from
feedback.
your
I
radio,
mean,
please.
this is so terrible.
No. We are getting a
No, we
very
gotta let
lot
him
of
go.
feedback. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead. Please be audible.
Yeah, I just want to tell my son thank you. That is a good man. I don't want to back in the country because we know that he will deliver that country. Because I know from the time he born here, he's been a struggler. I know his baby fight up and down. So I want to say that they are taking that job over the boy. I really know.
Okay. This one. Good morning.
Morning, Maka. Morning to you and morning to the five brand outfit what years, and there are Patrick's. My name is Robinson Sheikh Mubarak Jimmy, and I'm joining the conversation this morning from the 12th district of Mosul County. Maka, the name Pendera Patrick, that's why we from the youth student community advocacy. The name is not a strange name. He is a young brother who are taking latches and for the retention of the ordinary people. So let me add my voice to the voices of others. That the poor man should not make any mistake. These are people we need at the national legislature. Pendera Patrick have an unbeatable history of several services and to render to the country. So it is time that he goes to the national legislature to propagate some of these bills. Imagine, this is a brother with the complex plans for the poor market. And this bill that we pass, it has a potential to even benefit the entire country.
Okay.
So one of the things said that the issue of the of poverty, it has no connection even for like a religious partner whatsoever. What they call it cross-sport. So having a tree, they have a tree, the president to come on. These are people we need to go and represent us.
Okay.
So the poor market can.
Thank you.
It's gonna cover already. So just one more.
From Central Monrovia. Let me say to my political giant in studio, Mr. Vanilla Patrick. Patrick comes on board with lots of experience. So I want to call this to all my Gideons. Let them open their eyes, let them shine their eyes. We will not go after money because we know in my Gideon now, the people are using cash violence against our own people. Bearing all the ideas that Vanilla has brought on board.
Okay.
My Gideons, please do not go after the money. Vanilla is a man for the Senate for my Gideon. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes, let's listen up to you. Respond to the call.
So, O'Neill, thank you. Let me start first with the guy who talked about campaigners for change. As a matter of fact, people need to understand we gave a lot to MAGB. Our programs as campaigners for change, the same organization I told you I established from Cottington in 2004 to now. We raise resources for development purposes. We specifically prioritize education and then building capacity of young girls. And as I speak to you, just 4 months ago, we sent groups of young people to Freetown for training. Over the years, we sent people to Kenya, Nigeria, and the United States for study. Almost about 12 to 15% left this country. When I went in the US, I used my connection to give some of them opportunity to go and learn and come back. We still giving macro loan, and the money doesn't come from me. I've sent disengaged, and someone is taking over. So I wanted to be specific, but there is no specific instant where to say, oh, money disappear and this and that. No, we don't do that. So my dear brother, so that just a clarification. When the Dennis Topper and the rest of the people, you listen to them. And everyone who calls, if you will take almost like 100 calls, you will have a significant number of people trying to, testify about the good work that I have done. So in conclusion, let me just make this very clear. Our people in MAGB, you need a senator who will build international connections with the people. in the diaspora to bring national development. O'Neill and MARKA, let me say this to you. MAGIB has been blacklisted by USAID. You remember some time ago, 800,000 United States dollars disappeared from CH Money Hospital. Right now, it will be very difficult for USAID to put their money behind the healthcare sector in MAGIB. You need people like Fandela Patrice who will undo that, because I am a character-driven leader. I possess high degree of integrity. I have worked with the U.S. government. I can be in a better position to represent our people, to tell them, look, we need more support. Imagine, when I was in the U.S., I worked with the United States Congress, specifically the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation, a conglomeration of almost 51 members of the United States Congress. I interacted with them. In fact, it was there that I was inspired. Young man, I see you, you know, Louis, you know, former iconic activist, you know, in the U.S., the old man from Atlanta, Georgia. You know, he was my mentor. You know, over there, he said, "Look, young man, I see you doing a lot for your country. If you have an opportunity to go to any of those school years, please try to do that." Imagine Fandela Patrick becomes a senator tomorrow. I go to the United States Congress to make a compelling case for the people of MAGIB. They are going to listen to me. There's no small senator, there's no big senator. Recently, I was in Italy. I had a time to mount a platform of world educators, and an issue came on about vocational and technical institutions, how countries in the third world countries are struggling. And the issue of BDOI came. And the lady walked up to me, "You can make a very good nomination for that institution you talk about." I wasted no time. We nominated Boga Washington Institute. Today, BDOI is being listed as the world top 10 best schools in the world. Hopefully, the second phase, once they cross that, I'm very confident they will cross, because we have all the material, they will be receiving the 50,000 United States. We want to give a new personality, a new image of MAGIB. So for
you want on the ballot box?
I'm going to be on the ballot box.
I mean, number one on the ballot box.
Number 5.
Number 5.
I'm a defender. You know, I don't know what
you never play football, but you're defending on the ballot box.
You know, I've been defending.
You didn't play football, but you defend on the
I'm not defending on the ballot box. You know why? I have been defending the rights of our people. I don't know whether it's a coincidence. You know, this guy I've been talking for these people, so we will put him to number 5. So I mean, you can be rest assured. So again, O'Neill, let me make this appeal to people who are listening. Our campaign, our campaign is challenged. It's challenged. We need logistics. We need flyers. There are some of you who want to see change.
I mean, the first candidate that come on the breakfast show to make an open appeal. Go ahead.
Yeah, there are people. Look, I'm telling you, and I told you I'm a product of suffering. I want to inspire groups of young people in this country. I have fought against social inequality, social injustices. I help people build their capacity, send people out of this country, using my education and my mouth to ensure that we have a better country. I'm asking the public, those who believe in change. Fandela Patrick, the team Fandela Patrick is seeking your support. Liberians, we want to see a better legislature. We want you to support Fandela Patrick with t-shirts, help to print our flyer. I want to see someone calling and say, "Mr. Patrick, I can contribute 10,000 flyers. I want to print about 5 banners. I want to print about 10 banners. I want to give you about 4 or 5 motorbikes." The other day, my brother was in the bush in this number 5. Our vehicle broke down. I'm not ashamed to say this, but we need to fight. Mind you, we are fighting against a system that will destroy this country. Imagine what is happening in MAGIB. There's a dark cloud. And I don't think many of you who have relocated to MAGIB, you want to see such a representation. You want to see a firebrand activist, an internationally recognized human rights defender. Fandela Patrick defending the rights. So therefore, we are soliciting your support. You can call these numbers. You can call 0777 11 37 02, 0777 11 37 02. Please call us and give us your contribution. I can come to you even when I leave the studio now. I can drive to you right now, would knock at your door. So again,
I mean, this thing happened in Western world. Don't be ashamed of it.
I'm trying to protect the
people collect that $1 ryan for the loan. So if they collect 50 cents for you,
brother, these are the challenges we face. I would not come there and pretend. But mind you, the one MAGIB, one agenda remains the most and the better alternative for the people of MAGIB. Thank you.
Thank you so much, the voice of Fandela Patrick. Closing us up on the breakfast show this morning. It's been wonderful serving breakfast. On tomorrow, we'll have presidential hopeful Alan Brown. We'll be also on Thursday at 9:15 on tomorrow. Thank you so much. It's been wonderful. MARKA Davis, actor, Bud Lobin on camera. My name is Oni Roberts in the midst of all country friends. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.
In the midst of all,